She placed the divorce papers on the breakfast table like it was a casual afterthought, the manila envelope whispering against the wood as she nudged it beside my steaming coffee. No dramatic speech. No trembling hands. Just quiet finality. She didn't speak. Not a single word. Instead, she sat across from me in her pristine silk robe, sipping her oat milk latte with unnerving poise. Her eyes locked onto mine, cold and unreadable, as I slowly peeled open the envelope. Inside, legal documents citing irreconcilable differences. A familiar phrase, sterile and detached, reducing our 8 years together into a legal abstraction. Her signature was already there, scrawled in firm, confident strokes. No hesitation. Just closure. At least for her. I looked up hoping, foolishly, for some sign of doubt, some crack in her facade. But she remained stone-faced, her expression carved from practiced indifference. It hit me then, not with fury, not yet, but with a hollow, expanding ache. An awareness that I had been living blind. That somewhere, somehow, the woman I fell in love with had vanished, and I hadn't noticed until she'd already packed up her affection and handed me legal proof. She left minutes later without a goodbye. No slammed doors. No tears. Just silence and the soft click of the front door behind her, as if our shared life had been nothing more than a chapter she'd grown tired of reading. We weren't perfect, but we were real, weren't we? Built on years of late-night study sessions in grad school, laughter over greasy takeout, whispered dreams in the dark. We built a life from the ground up, co-founded our marketing firm, bought a little townhouse with chipped paint and potential, fell into a rhythm that felt like home. I used to watch her sleep, think to myself that I'd found something permanent, irreplaceable. But permanence is a myth. Over time, her laughter dulled. She stayed later at the office. Her phone, once left face up and unlocked, was now guarded by a passcode. She became distant, distracted, and I, too in love to see the shift for what it was, made excuses for the change. I clung to the illusion until it shattered. The first crack appeared on an otherwise forgettable Tuesday. I remember it clearly because I always left work early on Tuesdays. I came home to an unusually quiet house, and her phone, her ever-guarded phone, lay unattended on the kitchen counter. A rare lapse in her otherwise meticulous habits. I shouldn't have looked. I know that. But suspicion is a louder voice than conscience. The screen lit up with a message. Last night was worth it, red heart. No name. No context. Just 6 words and a heart emoji that ripped the floor out from under me. I didn't confront her. Not that night. When she returned, she kissed me like nothing had changed. I kissed her back with equal performance, masking the fracture inside me. That night, something in me calcified. I stopped being her husband and became something else. Sharper, colder, precise. I moved in silence, syncing her emails to an old tablet, checking phone records, tracing patterns. She was careless in her arrogance, too confident I'd never question her. She left breadcrumbs. Dinner receipts labeled as client meetings. A secret Gmail account under her maiden name. Bookings for boutique hotels we never stayed in. It all pointed to him. An older man. Married. Wealthy. A client with a yacht in Naples and too much time on his hands. And she was already building an exit strategy. One that involved him and not me. She thought I was asleep at the wheel. She had no idea I was already mapping out the counterattack. Over 4 months, I built my plan brick by brick. She was siphoning money from our business. Small enough amounts to avoid suspicion. I saw every transaction. So I opened a new LLC in my name alone and began redirecting funds, using shell expenses and vendor invoices she never checked. I was methodical. Invisible. I hired a private investigator. Got everything. Surveillance photos, hotel bills, messages, timelines. Proof. Then I met with my lawyer. Quietly transferred our business into my sole ownership. Her own sloppy digital signature gave me all the leverage I needed. By the time she handed me those papers, she'd already signed away everything. She just didn't know it yet. The real reckoning came 6 weeks later. We met at her favorite rooftop bar, the one with overpriced cocktails and floor-to-ceiling glass. She wore red, her power color. I wore black, pressed and prepared. She thought we were here to finalize terms. Keep things civil. I slid the dossier across the table. Heavy. Fleming. Photos. Emails. Financial records. A full audit of her betrayal. I know everything, I said, my voice low and composed. She reached for her wine, but her hand stopped midair. Trembling. I keep the business, the house, the assets, I continued. You walk away with nothing. Or I release this file to his wife. To our clients. To your parents. Your call. He tried to laugh. That brittle, performative laugh I used to find charming. Then she nodded. We didn't speak again. I walked away and she let me. In the end, silence became our final language. She disappeared not long after. Scrubbed her socials. Quit the firm. Moved cities, maybe countries. To everyone else she became a ghost. I thought it was over. But last Friday there was a knock at my door. Rain blurred the world behind her as she stood on my porch, drenched, hollow-eyed, clutching a thick envelope like it might anchor her. Her voice cracked when she spoke. I need to tell you something. I stared at her. She looked like someone I used to know. A fading photograph of a life that no longer existed. I took the envelope but didn't open it. Just shut the door. Quietly. Cleanly. Because revenge isn't rage and wreckage. Not the way movies sell it. True revenge is patient. Strategic. It's handing someone every opportunity to do right and watching them choose wrong. It's letting them build the pyre and strike the match themselves. She betrayed me. I didn't destroy her. I simply didn't stop her from destroying herself. She took my trust. I took everything else. And when she came back, hoping for closure or forgiveness or some final chapter, I gave her the same goodbye she once gave me. Door. Silence. An end.